Well, it's unbelievable times. It's absolutely unbelievable what we've just witnessed, guys. It doesn't get better than this at the Tata IPL, and records have been shattered here tonight in Jaipur, and it's been a brilliant display of some of the finest hitting that we've ever seen. That too from a 14-year-old. There's not much to say. I think there's only one name on everybody's mind, everyone's lips right now, and that is Vaibhav Suryavanshi, a 14-year-old kid, the youngest ever in T20 history to hit 100, that of 35 balls. It's the second fastest at the IPL, in the history of the IPL, and there's so much. He's hit 11 sixes. We can go on and on about those records, and we'll be discussing all that and more about the match between Rajasthan Royals and Gujarat Titans played at Jaipur here tonight. But before going ahead, requesting our viewers, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments in the comment section whether you also were shocked and what you thought about Vaibhav Suryavanshi. We'll get into it, Sheldon. I'm lost for words, man. I think it's one of the best innings that I've ever seen someone play. It doesn't happen every time. It doesn't happen that a young kid, or even a person who's just making his debut in the IPL in the first season, in a third game, scores 100 against top class bowling, against one of the highest wicket takers in T20 history, smoking them all over the park. I'm lost for words, man, and I don't just don't know what to say. But one thing is for sure that Rajasthan exactly knew what they were doing when they picked this young kid up. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, absolutely brilliant tonight, Sheldon. 100 of just 35 balls. Your thoughts on this insane knock?
Yeah, Dylan, we've been saying, from day one, Rajasthan got that option spot on. I mean, with some of their calls, right? Dylan, we've been saying, but yeah, I mean, Suryavanshi, Dylan, this is what dreams are made of, right? A kid, a 14-year-old. Till what were you doing at 14, right? Till what was I doing at 14? We were in
I
school.
was
We were in school.
I was doing nothing, bro. I was trying to hit the ball at 14.
Yeah, crazy. And this guy was smoking it around Dylan and hit the second fastest 100 in IPL history. I mean, that's just insane. Only Chris Gayle has hit a faster 100 in the IPL, Dylan.
Yeah,
Wow. Incredible. I mean, and to think he probably wouldn't have played a game if Samson didn't get injured, Dylan. And it's just crazy how things fall in place. And
exactly.
for this kid, Dill, he might be bought in the auction for 10 crore next year. Who knows? Everyone will want this kid now, Dill. At 14 with what he's doing is just insane. And, we've watched IPL, we've watched so much T20 cricket, Dill, over the years, but it continues to surprise us and continues to give us moments like this. And this was just one of those moments where, if you turn on the TV and you're like, wow, you know, whether you're a cricket fan, whether you're an IPL fan, you just look at this and you're like, this is just incredible. And witnessing history, and you don't know if you'll see it again. A 14-year-old making 100, that is just incredible.
Absolutely, history has been made, guys. Web of Suryavanshi, they're shattering all records tonight in Jaipur. But let's track it back a bit, and for a moment, let's just talk about the first innings. At least what happened there. Rajasthan Royals won the toss, elected to field first. Gujarat got off to a really good start there. When you looked at it in the, when they were batting, they were flying already. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman Gill, 84-50. I mean, he played brilliantly, Shubman Gill, but
Yeah.
when in comparison, you always look at it and you're like, wow, okay, it doesn't match up there. Gujarat, they're ending up at 209 for 4 in their 20 overs there. Joss Butler also getting a 50, everybody chipping in, but it was just a one-man show from there on. And we've seen this, Sheldon, happen with Rajasthan also, right? They've lost 4 close games in at least the last over. In the last over, Rajasthan have been choking. We've seen it against Delhi, we've seen it against LSG, we've seen it against RCB, and I think one more game where they almost just gave away. And you thought today was going to be one of those days again. You thought that, is this going to be another time Rajasthan's going to mess up another 200 chase? They were on course, but Sheldon, 87 in the power play, almost 90 runs in the power play. Jaiswal and Suryavanshi, is this the best opening pair? We've talked about so many, but surely it's got to be the youngest opening pair, Sheldon, in the IPL. And that too, fearless hitting we've seen. Absolutely
Yeah.
fearless hitting, man. And it doesn't get better than this. Some of the shots that they played was just unreal. And smacking world-class bowler Sheldon, Siraj, Ishan Sharma, Rashid Khan. I
Yeah.
was just shocked at the way, Weber was just hitting Rashid Khan for a six, and I was like, you don't see this, and it's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, what's also incredible, Dil, is the fact that they were chasing a big score, but the way Rajasthan approached it was like they wanted to get 300. Rajasthan came out with the mindset, and the openers came out like, we want to just smash this as soon as possible. And almost with the way the middle orders batted in the previous games, the top order just wanted to do all the work. They didn't want to leave
Yeah,
anything for the middle order. And you could tell today that they were in a hurry to get it. They didn't want it to come close in the end. They didn't want it to come to 18 of 2 overs or 20 of 2 overs. They wanted to finish it way before that, and they did. And even for their net run rate, that was a great boost because they chased it
yeah,
in what, 16 overs, which is just
yeah.
incredible when you think about it. But yeah, I think we got to mention Jaiswal as well, Dil, who played, I thought, a very good knock.
Brilliant knock.
It was
Yeah,
almost as good, but yeah, obviously the fact that Suryavanshi, the way he played and that innings, it overshadowed Jaiswal's knock. But yeah, Jaiswal I thought played a very good knock as well, Dil. And he's been in quite good form actually in the games even that Rajasthan have been losing. I thought
yeah.
Jaiswal's been one of the few bright spots in the batting order, and he's done well for them actually this season.
Absolutely. Jaiswal also chipping in there 70. He smacked it around also and was a perfect foil there, I thought, Sheldon. He also was going for it, but he knew at the other end Weber was just became like a maniac. He was just hitting it all over and every bowler there. But some questionable tactics by Gujarat, you would think there. Siraj not bowling out, Ishan Sharma not bowling out. Siraj has been one of your leading wicket takers also in this season, but he didn't bowl him enough there, I thought. And you were right, Sheldon. I think both these openers thought that we're not leaving anything for the middle
Yeah.
order because they've screwed up 4 games already for us. And I think we need to get the job done. One of us needs to be there till the end to see this off. And what a knock, Sheldon. I mean, imagine the emotions running through that kid's mind. He's literally just a kid who's like in
Yeah.
eighth grade, ninth grade, right? And to feature in the IPL, to feature in this sort of a league where it's the highest quality, we know the quality of players that come across and that you play in the IPL is just absolutely insane. And yeah, you look at it now, Rajasthan, it's got a big boost there for the net run rate also. They move up to eighth. They're still at the last there, but they can still make it if they win all the games from now here. But Vaibhav Suryavanshi, man, striking at 265. Jaiswal striking at 175, he makes him look like like absolutely nothing. But people look up to a lot of guys, Shalan, the Virat Kohlis, Rohit Sharma. You dream of playing like that, but tonight I think a lot of kids watching this game, the 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds, 15 years old will be watching this game and be like, I want to be like this guy who just goes out there and just with absolutely zero fear there hitting every bowler.
Yeah, Dylan, and there are a lot of complaints about the IPL and about T20 cricket. Many of the traditionalists complain, but this is something that's very good about it, where you get
Yeah.
youngsters coming and they get to play the best bowlers. He's facing one of the best teams in the IPL. Gujarat have been probably the best team so far when you look at it
Yeah,
how they played this season.
yeah.
And he took on, as you said, Siraj, he took on Rashid Khan. Those are world class bowlers still. And he made them look like they were pretty normal. I mean, and the that's also the great thing about youth. They don't take it too seriously, and they think that okay, it's just a normal game of cricket. We're not reading too much into these bowlers.
Yeah.
We don't pick them up like how maybe a senior batter would do. And he just came and played with such freedom, Dil. Yes, maybe at times you thought, okay, he went for too much towards the end, but I mean, that's youth and it came off today, Dylan. That was just a mesmerizing knock.
Yeah, the exuberance of youth, like we say,
Yeah,
absolute fearless, doesn't care about anything. You bring on even Josh Hazelwood or a Mitchell
yeah,
Stark, he was going to
yeah,
take them down. And he did take down Mitchell Stark when they played
yeah,
against DC,
yeah.
right? So really, really well played. And I'm just thinking, Sheldon, now what's next for this young kid there now? Everyone has kind of sat back and taken notice about him. What's next for him in the IPL now? Where does he go on from here, right? And we've also said that Rajasthan. I mean, when you looked at the auction and they made some weird choices there, but they were pretty sure when his name was there, Sheldon. They were very quick and they said, "We want this guy," right?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, when you think of it, Samson, if he comes back in, Samson can bat at three as well. And then it strengthens the team because now you got Vaibhav who's going to open as well with Jaiswal. Then you can put Samson at three. That strengthens the batting order a bit more because you feel when Samson was opening, there was too much pressure on him and Jaiswal as the opening pair. But
Yeah.
once they got out, then there's too much pressure on them. So I feel this could also help the balance of Rajasthan. Whether it's too little, too late for Rajasthan, I don't know. But yeah, all they can do is focus on this and try to string along wins together to maybe give them an outside chance.
An outside chance is what they will be looking at really to try and make the top four there, but it's a bit late,
Yeah.
nevertheless, but they will take it. You never know. They win another four on the trot shell and they are up to 16 points there, and then you're looking at knocking on that playoff door. But Gujarat still a game in hand there for them, but they slip down. They slip down to third. Mumbai now up in their place in number two there. So Gujarat and Delhi, kind of missed the plot a bit, I would say, in the last two games there. But you can't help it, right, Sheldon, when when there's one team going on song like that, and especially if there's one player like just going all out and attacking, right? But Gujarat today in the field, you would say a bit off. A couple of drop chances. Joss Butler there putting down Jaiswal. Simple chance, you would say. But Gujarat, Sheldon, what did you feel about them? Like, what could they have done a bit differently?
Yeah, Del, I think for Gujarat it was an off day in the field, and with the ball,
Yeah,
it just seemed like they didn't attack Rajasthan enough, and they didn't have much answers to that partnership. But again, Del, that can happen. That's a freak knock, Del. That's a freak partnership, which in T20s it can happen. One crazy knock, one crazy partnership, and you're done, as we saw today. I think Gujarat will want to look at it as a one-off because they've been brilliant, Del, as we've discussed throughout the season so far. They've been one of
yeah,
the top teams. So they look at it and say, okay, you know what? It's one loss. It's okay. If we win our game in hand, we'll go back first. So let's focus on that. And I think
yeah.
Gujarat, they have a lot of boxes ticked. They should just, put this aside and just focus on playing like how they have this season. Because if they play like how we've seen them, I think they can easily come top two till. So, yeah, if you're a Gujarat fan, I don't think you'll be worrying too much. But yeah, if you lose another one, then it gets a bit tense. So for them, the next game is very important.
Yeah, next game is going to be really important here for Gujarat. When they come out, they will want to be back in the top two contention as every other team trying to eye that playoff spot now there. But Rajasthan really tonight setting the tone there and really lighting up Jaipur tonight in pink, right? But Sheldon, where does this go now for for the other teams, especially Rajasthan now? What can they do a bit differently to try and at least make the playoffs? What do you think they can do to improve? One, I think, would be to just let the openers, one of them, be there till the end, see the team through. But I think they do have a chance, Sheldon. What do you think?
Yeah, but also when you look at it today, Dil, I mean, yes, the openers were brilliant, but did we learn anything new about Rajasthan? We know their top orders, been giving them good starts. Today they went on further and got them an even better start. But that's not the issue. Their top three are probably not the issue. The issue has been the middle order, Dil. And
Yeah.
that's the biggest cause for concern because if they get into that position again, can they win them a game? We don't know. They've lost quite a few. They've lost four out of their last five games before this. So yeah, for Rajasthan, I still don't think that they'll make it through because I don't think they'll win all their games as well. I think there are too many weaknesses, especially in the middle order. Their top order is excellent. Don't get me wrong. If Samson comes back, I think that's a very strong top three. But their middle order for me is not good enough to get them, even three, four wins in a row. So that's their biggest downfall. But I want to ask you a question. In fact, today, a general question. I saw today in the news that, you know, the IPL's thinking of expanding its games, and they want to make it 18 league games per team. So that'll mean everyone plays each other twice. Now, we are big fans, still. We watch the IPL and almost all the games. But do you think that's a good thing, or do you think it's too many games? Because I know some people discuss and say, oh, it's too long. What do you think about that, Dil?
Ideally, it would be nice to have a home and away, for every team because here what happens is some teams play each other once, some
Yeah.
teams play each other twice. So then that sort of is it's kind of unfair on certain teams because they get to play the stronger teams because a team now
Yeah.
sitting right at the bottom will have to play someone at the top and if you're down and out and you're losing, you're on a losing streak, you just end up losing, right? But you can never say. Although I would absolutely love the fact that everyone plays each other twice, one home and away. That would be ideal. But on the flip side, then what happens is that extends the games now, and extends the time frame that we have, unless they try to do something different, right? And then see that how they can squeeze in everything within 1.5 months, because a lot of players, a lot of these guys have to play for their national sides as well. That's pretty much more important, and we've seen that. Sheldon, Harry Brook, big example, went for big bucks but started off the IPL because of, he wants to give England the first preference. So you will have players then that will think that I don't know whether I can be a part of this for more than 2 months, something like that. So that's the only thing I would say. But ideally, man, if you're getting games like this and last overs finishes, of course I would take that any day, Sheldon.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Dil. I think as long as you're getting good competitive cricket, I think that's important. You also have to get the best foreign players there. What you hope is if you extend it and you don't get some of the players for the whole season, that could make it a bit, where, oh, you'd
Yeah,
have to bring in some other foreigners as well. But yeah, I think
yeah,
if they can fit it in the same time period, maybe have more double headers, because as we know,
yeah,
there's not many double headers. So if they could have it around the same period, I'm also fine with that because I'd rather everyone play home and away, every team rather than this format where it's, as you said,
yeah,
it's kind of unfair because, for example, you'll play one team once and then another team twice. So you could get an easier game twice also for some teams, like you don't
yeah.
know. It's kind of random the way they do that draw. So yeah, it's a bit weird like that. You'd rather have either you play everyone once or you play everyone twice, which I think is a better way to go about it.
We'll have to wait and watch and see what
Yeah.
happens in future with the IPL. But tonight there's just one person that's going to be the toast of the town, the toast of the nation, and that's Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Once again, guys, he smashed 100 of just 35 balls there, the second fastest to do it, the youngest ever to do it in the history of T20s, and some absolutely brilliant striking there and taking his team to victory. Finally, Rajasthan get one and they move up to eighth position on the points table. And it's getting trickier day by day on that points table. A lot of teams moving up and down there. But we'll have to stay tuned and watch to see who will be the top four there. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Do let us know in the comments what you thought about the game and who are going to be the top four teams that's going to make it finally. And do stay tuned for more updates. Thank you so much for watching.